Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for February the 15th through to the 21st, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of the week, thank you, truly, for all the love, all the support you send me each and every day. Thank you so much. Let's get to you. Now we start with the King of Cups. So what a beautiful energy. Okay, he's the dad of the cards. Okay, the King of Cups is traditionally, the dad goes out and works hard to secure that his family is fed and clothed and there's a roof over their head. So it's about bringing your security this week. It's about the definition of what you do in your life that brings in the security, that makes you feel whole, that brings out a self-confidence in you. It's going to be a hard work week. I can tell you that with the Eight of Pentacles, it's always, we have to really put our backs into it, really put our energy into anything that we want to accomplish, anything that we want long-term and sustainable in our life. This week, we're going to have to give it the energy it deserves, the energy it needs in order for things to become sustainable, long-term, tangible in our life. We're also looking at raising the bar of what we do and how we do it. So we may be looking at better productivity or better value of what we do, of how we do it, making a bigger impact, turning out a better product. And we have the Nine of Swords. So there is worry, there is concern, there is anxiety. There's an unsurety about maybe your last step or your last conversation that you had that's going to give you worry, that's going to give you concern. So don't let things eat you up. Don't let anxiety and worry overtake, because it's crossed over by the Two of Swords, which tells me that you already know the answers inside of you for anything that is troubling you, anything that is concerning you. And you may have to make some decisions this week, but if you tap into how it makes you feel, how it empowers you or strengthens you, or how it weakens you in some way, you will know the right decision to make. So it's listening to our intuition, it's listening to our higher wisdom in making our decisions and making our choices. We have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups could be a mentor coming in this week. You are definitely spiritually connected this week. This is a beautiful week to talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe. Have conversations. Take time to meditate. Take time to pray. But this could be a mentor coming into your life, depending on your life path and where you are. You could become the mentor in sharing your wisdom for somebody else to grow, for somebody else to be empowered. And we have the Ace of Swords. So a new path forward, a new action path forward opens up to you this week. But also with the sword, we also draw a line in the sand. So we may be having conversations this week about what we expect, what we don't expect, what we have value in, how you get along with other people, how you need to work as a team with other people, changing the rules, tweaking the rules, things that you don't want to go forward with you in life. You're looking at them strongly right now. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which is doors closing behind you. So essentially what I was saying there, closing a door behind you in some way in order for a new door to open in front of you. So it could be a habit we are changing about ourselves. It could be a job. It could be a person. It could be a situation within the community or the home or the neighborhood. It could be something internally that we think, and changing our perceptions to new opportunities, new ways of doing things. And we have the World card, and this is our energy. This is our energy of we've come full circle in our path. We kind of know this. We're ready to move forward. We've gained the wisdom. We're ready to hit the next level of our development, our growth. So we are walking into that kind of energy. We have, as we go into next week, we have the Knight of Swords, well, this weekend and into next week, the Knight of Swords. So you are really, there's a vitality in you by the time the weekend hits. And the time that you go into next week, there's a real strong vitality. So you are working hard this week. You are looking at your security, but I think you work a lot out this week. And then you feel invigorated, you feel empowered, you feel strong. You ride out into the meadow with your sword raised, yelling charge. There is no room for failure here. It's not even in your vocabulary. There's a strength about you. And it's coupled with the Tower card. So it's like this new person almost emerges out of you. Strengthened, empowered, more self-confident, more aware of where they're going. Understanding where their decisions have made changes in their life for the better. For our love card, we have the Chariot. So you have a lot in the say of what happens within a relationship this week. And you may even need to voice the path that you are on and how the relationship fits into that path you are walking upon, what you are growing into. If you are looking for a relationship, then you are looking for somebody very stable, somebody to build upon your own stability, your own strengths. But I think, you hold the reins here. So it's going to be somebody coming in that's going to allow you to take charge of the situation. That you will be the dominant one in any relationship. Or at least at the get-go if you are meeting somebody. There is a very strong presence when it is the Chariot in the love setting here. You know where you want to go within the relationship. You're focused, you're determined. And you are both empowered and strengthened because of it. For career and money, we have the Four of Cups. This is about seeking the wisdom of your unique gifts and talents, of what you do well, and understanding how you need to utilize them in order to go forward. What you do better than anybody else and applying it. Not taking yourself for granted. Not thinking just because you can do it, everybody can do it. So it's gaining a wisdom and understanding of the value you bring to any situation, any table. So if you are looking for a job this week, then it's paramount that you list what you are good at, what you are capable of, what you bring to the table, how you should be valued. And don't take yourself for granted or any of the talents that you have, because that's going to set you apart from everybody else. For spirituality, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so this is where we could be branching out to different spiritual practices, expanding our view of our spirituality, working in something new in our spirituality, not, definitely not being in a rut with our spirituality. And we can do that. We can start to get into, a morning meditation or a morning prayer and then a gratitude prayer at night, and that's it. And that's all we do. So it's looking to expand in some way, to grow your spirituality in some way this week. For health and well-being, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay. This is maintaining good health and acquiring good health through the stability of tried and true, traditional ways of doing things. But you also kind of give it that, we can't ignore that your crown here is a living plant. So it's the new ideas, the growth of new ideas. So it might be doing something that you've been doing for a long time, but now you are adding to it in some way. You're changing it up. So it could be a twist in your eating patterns or sleeping patterns or exercise patterns. If you are suffering from a diagnosis or in any sort of treatment, it's mixing up the treatment somewhat slightly, giving it fresh life. So if you always ran on a treadmill, this might be the week where you start running in the park, so to speak. It's taking something traditional, something grounded, something that already works for you, and giving it that little twist to give it almost a new environment, a new look, a new way of doing things. So I think you're going to have beautiful energy this week. It is a lot about what you need to release in order to walk into new. So look for new opportunities, new adventures, new ways of doing things. Absolutely, in just about everything. I mean, spirituality said that. You're strong this week, but your strength really comes from your intuition, your gut, knowing what is right from the get-go. You already hold the wisdom inside of you. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.